Hi, Downing families. I'm Olga Manos, and I want to welcome you to kindergarten for this next year at Downing Elementary. And this picture you see right now is our brand new Downing Elementary that's going to be opening for Jumpstart during the summer, which I'll be talking about. Our kindergartners will be the very first people in this cool new building. We have the Boys and Girls Club and our police station that are attached to this school. So it'll be kind of a community school where our fields will be huge and they'll use them for all kinds of sporting events. This will be the front entry to the school, but students will come in on the back, and you'll be able to see more pictures of that during Jumpstart. And our kindergartners, like I said, will be our very first people to go through this. I'd like to introduce you. Go ahead to the next slide. I'd like to introduce you to our teachers that are part of our kindergarten program. We have Mrs. Fouts, Mrs. Burrell, Mrs. Korf, and Mrs. Kroll. And they'll be all part of the building and part of our kindergarten program. Right now we have a little kindergarten wing, but next year we'll have 2 beautiful rooms, 3 actually, that will be kindergarten, and they'll be shared by the staff so they can walk in between classrooms and be part of our kindergarten program. It's going to be a very neat opportunity in a new school that was built just for our students. I said earlier about Jumpstart, there's a chance in summer. It goes from August 22nd to 25th. From 9 till 1 o'clock every day, Monday through Thursday, where students will have an opportunity to meet their teachers, see the school, see the classroom, start with some of the expectations that we expect from a kindergartner, know where to line up, know where their lockers are. They get free breakfast and lunch, so they know that routine. It's one of the coolest things that Tacoma School District does for our kindergartners. And I've really appreciated having this. What happens is our kids come in without any other students here, and then they have that opportunity to learn from their teachers to start the year off. So our first days of school are very successful for students. Oop, our S needs to go back up with conferences, but summer or September conferences, the first 3 full days of school, there's no kindergarten for our kindergartners. Everyone else comes to school 1st grade through 12th grade, but our first 3 days we're setting up conferences to meet with families, to hear about your child, to know what needs to happen for them, so we can talk to you about curriculum and all the things happening for students. Here's an example of our daily schedule. It's a long day, and especially those first couple weeks for kindergartners, because they have to go from morning at 9 o'clock till 3:30. We will have a valet drop off, so you drive right up, we open the doors and our students come out, and we usually start that around 8:50, and then 9 o'clock the morning meeting starts. And that's where we take attendance, get some of our homework, and we rock and roll throughout the day. This is just an example of that schedule, so you can kind of see what happens during the week. We also have 5 days of specialists, so 2 music, 2 PE, and 1 library. We also have late starts on Wednesday. That's for our staff to do training across the district, and we start our day at 10 o'clock versus 9 o'clock. Welcome to Kindergarten Facebook. Our kindergarten teachers have a Facebook page where they tell parents all the different things that are happening throughout the year. Now, we do take pictures and put in there, but we ask parents if they want their children's pictures in here. We also talk about all the events happening and how you participate within our school. Volunteering. Kindergartners love volunteers. We also know that a little bit has to do with COVID, so we're going to have to wait and see what happens in the fall. We've all been wearing these wonderful masks. I'm not wearing one right now because I'm in a room where there's nobody else, but our students, especially our kindergartners, have done a great job with this, and that's helping keep our COVID numbers down. We know that everyone's trying really hard to be safe. and stay healthy, and we also work with that. But we also like to have volunteers helping within the classroom. Students are really proud of their parents when they come in and they help. We do have before and after daycare care here at school. Right now, it is with our Champions program. Next year, when we move into the new school, it may just be our Boys and Girls Club having before and after school care. We'll have more information about that at Jumpstart during the summer. Like I said before, we have drop-off and pick-up. We're going to give you little car tags that you're going to put on your rear view mirror, and your children will have little tags. We'll be giving those during Jumpstart so they know exactly whose car, which child's going into. It's a real slick system, but it also allows us that opportunity to say, hi, how you doing today? Good morning. Or at the end of the day to say, have a great night or a great weekend. We do have breakfast and lunch forms, but they're very different this year than what they've been before. They have had payment before for lunches. In Tacoma, they have filed for grants to give us free lunches and free breakfasts. Again, that's in the process right now, and we'll know more before the end of the year. Our kindergarten teachers do allow students to have water bottles on their desk as long as they're labeled with their child's name. And then that just lets them stay hydrated all day. We have bathrooms that are right across the hall from kindergarten in our new school. The third Wednesday of every month, we used to invite kindergarten families to have time for lunchtime, and we called it the lunch bunch. We're a little bit worried about doing that still with COVID, so we'll know more as the year goes on and this summer. But what a great opportunity to get to meet families this way. We also have a homework folder that goes home. There is some notes in there. It goes home every Monday. It's due Friday. The sight words are in there. If your child learns those sight words by the end of the year, they are making standard. And you'll hear more about making standard throughout the year goes, as long as they're doing their work at school and some of the work that they can do with you. Every child will also get a computer during the summer, and they'll have the opportunity to do iReady, work on that for both math and reading. And the more they do, the better they get. So that's an opportunity for families to participate in their learning. We also have book checkouts. So we have volunteers help with this, where they check in books and check out books. And then students are to read those at home and then bring them back. I always say, if you read, you will succeed. Students know that saying, and hopefully the more they read, the better off they will be. And if you're watching this right now, make sure that you're reading every night with your child until school starts. And then once school starts, keep it up. We have leveled readers for kindergarten. These texts actually have very limited words, but then what the children do, we'll take them home, they'll learn them at school, then they take them home and they work with their families. And then they bring it back and they work again at school. So hopefully they start to learn those words. There's a lot of those sight words that they need to know by the end of kindergarten, and those will all be part of these leveled A books for kindergarten. Our curriculum has reading, math, writing, and science in it. They also have a little bit of social studies, but you will hear more and more about what the curriculum has as part of our program when students start coming to school. Also during some of those conference times. So not only do we have that one conference right in the fall time, the first 3 days of school, there'll be a conference later on in the fall where you get to meet with the teachers again. And we talk about where they've grown already and areas that they need some extra help with. We have positive recognition at school. Students can get the Eagle Pride tickets, and we're going to be changing that to Dolphin Pride tickets this next year. And it's basically for students that are safe, respectful, and responsible. And students receive a ticket. They put it in their drawing for every Friday. We call one student at least from every class, and they get to come up to the office. They get to hear their name on the intercom, and then they get to pick a prize. And then we also have Student of the Month assemblies, which we've had to kind of cut out this year because of COVID, but next year what our hopes are is that we're having them back so parents can come in. We put their names on the reader board, they get a certificate, as you can see these kids standing up here holding on to, as well as one of the local restaurants gives them a certificate to have a free lunch. There's class points, there's math cards, there's all kinds of things to help your child be successful at school. We do celebrate birthdays. We ask that they are individually packed. What a lot of our families do is they put a little bag of goodies together, and that's what they give out at their birthdays. We try not to take away from the learning, but we also want anybody that does celebrate and who wants to celebrate that they have an opportunity to bring something to share with the class. And then we do have snack time every day because it's a long day for our little ones. And most of you know that having your little ones come in, some of them have taken naps up until this time. They do not get a chance to take a nap, but they do get hungry during the day. So we ask that families help us provide with snacks. We stay away from anything for the allergies like peanuts or anything like that, anything with milk in it. We do have a fridge though, and if your child does have special allergies, we do have a fridge to put those in. We ask that you label everything. You should see my lost and found right now. It is full of things that do not have any names on them. So start pretty soon this summer labeling everything, and then that way we know who they go back to instead of just going in the lost and found. And we're just looking forward to the best year ever. The new school is looking amazing. I hope you've driven by and taken a look at it. I wish we could get in there right now with all of you to take a look at the new school and you could see the classrooms. I do have some drawings of them in the front of the school, and a lot of parents have been seeing those. Make sure you go online, you register. If you have any questions, please give a call. I cannot take you through the schools right now just because of COVID, but I'd be willing to answer any questions that you do have. You can either email me at omanos@tacoma.k12.wa.us. You can also look at our webpage, and that's on there. And then we can go from that, and I can answer any questions you may have about school. Thank you for joining us for the Downing Kindergarten presentation, and I will see you all soon, I hope.